Here is how I sculpted this little weird wizard. I've been really into sculpting in Nomad Sculpt lately, if you haven't noticed. Also, I was kindly sent some terrain from MyDungeon's new Kickstarter, and a weird little wizard rummaging through old ruins seemed like a perfect match. Here's a sketch I made. This is what I'm finna make. Also, since it's been a while, here's an iPaintSmallThings classic sketch for you. The first steps are making a rough sketch with tubes and spheres. This lets you figure out proportions. Then I started refining the different areas. I tried to keep in mind that 95% of his body was going to be covered by robes, so I mainly focused on his head, hands, legs, and feet. I was asked why I was sculpting the booty, and first of all, mind your business, but second, it's good to have in case you want to pose where the robes are flying up Marilyn Monroe style. I've sculpted hands a decent amount before, but feet were new to me. I used Victus sculpts as a reference. I really like how detailed they are and they look great painted as well. Basically, it's all made with tubes coming out of a foot blob. Feet are really weird, and I used my foot as reference. Also, I added a separate shape for the nail instead of trying to carve it out of the toes, which I think worked pretty well. The clay tool is super helpful building up details. Like I added the toe knuckles, is that what they're called? With the clay tool, and also the sinewy stuff going on top of the foot. Then I used the smooth tool to make it more natural looking. I'm super proud of how my feet turned out. I think making hands in the past and also using a reference helped a ton. I added detail to the legs using the clay tool again and smoothing. With the main body done, I remeshed everything and brought it into Blender for posing. I added an armature, parented with automatic weights, and tried to match the reference image to the best of my ability. Back into Nomad Sculpt we go to add the final details, fix any deformations that may have occurred, and to add a hat and robes. I was super scared to make robes. I've been wanting to for a while now, but never knew how to go about it. A tutorial by Dave Reed was super helpful. I linked to it in the description. The main idea is to take a tube, make it hollow, and increase the radius of both sides to better fit around your object. Then you increase the post-subdivision amount to give it more geometry and make it smoother. Validate the tube. Then, take the Move tool for big movements and the Drag tool for more intense pinpointed movements to make it look like the fabric is laying on top of the character. I then used the Clay and Inflate tools to add folds. I think the whole robe making thing went really well, and it's nice to have this skill now. The hat and beard were done with big tubes. No big deal. I then made his wizard wand, again using a tube, adding detail, and then adding it to his hand. The final step was cutting his beard and foot with a big box to give him a flat footing to stand on. This will make gluing to a base easier. I made a big box, hid it by clicking the eye icon, and selected both the body and the hidden box, and then clicking Boolean. Ta-da! Wizard done! If there are any specifics you want me to go in depth for, let me know. Okay, now it's time to paint. This guy was very quick to paint. First, I base coated with a black base coat, spraying up from below with red, and then a zenithal highlight with white. I have Monument Hobbies and Huge Miniatures affiliate links and codes if you want to use the same paints I do in the video. I painted his skin with Huge Mini's Desert Sand airbrush paint Washing with 2 thin coats is Helion Red Wash, and then highlighted again with Desert Sand. A while ago I had a conversation with Warp Miniatures, and we talked about how it's important for miniature sculptors to also be miniature painters. For example, the reason I made the feet so nasty, like my own feet, is because washes work really well and there are big satisfying details that are easy to paint. I added a little red to his nose. Even wizards get colds. Then I based his robes with regal purple and highlighted by adding ivory. I got the robes a little smoother by glazing with the original color. I added little moons and stars on his robes and hat, which apparently I wanted to keep a secret, so I covered it with my hand. I painted his eyes a glowing blue. I added him to his base, and this little guy is ready to rummage through some ruins and find new spells.
Oh, good day out there. Oh, yeah. Oh, good day. Oh, I bet there's good stuff in this thing. Oh, I got some good spells there. Oh. Bad dog! Bad dog! Another wizard in my turf? I'm finna mess this mug up!
Thanks again to MyDungeon for letting me use their Forgotten Towns 3 buildings. Link in the description. They're super nice and perfect for games like Mordheim, 1490 Doom, Frostgrave, or whatever fantasy game you can think of. If you want to print this little whimsical wizard for yourself, I've added him to my mini factory. Thanks for watching! Big thanks to my Patreon supporters for all the support. I really appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Alright, bye-bye.